Hello people of the internet world, welcome to this. I am going to make a robot light. Whoop whoop. Alright, back by popular demand, we have this. I'm talking nonsense because no one's asked for this, but we're going to try and make another pipe lamp. Something like this. I've been doodling around, just farting around. That's like ridiculous, so don't worry about that, but it'll be there. We have a whole lot of stuff. I've got more lying around, so if we need more, we will see what we can come up with. I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. Try and do something that most people can actually be able to do. So watch this. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible because why not? There. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Watch, watch, watch. Ta-da! I'm just kidding. How ridiculous is that? Don't be silly. Okay, so for reals now, let's actually try and do something. I know I want to do a singular area, a singular base. That sounds ridiculous, but bear with me on this. I'm starting off with a thicker pipe, and then we'll build from there. So the funny thing about these pipe lamps, people don't seem to understand. It's actually quite difficult to do because there's so many options, and it does get quite confusing. So you also got to bear in mind where the wire is going to go for the light if you're putting lights in, and yeah, you can go down like quite a rabbit hole of things. But let's see what happens. Let's just try things. Who knows? So for now, you're just watching me try and fool around and try different things. There's so many options. What do we do? What should we do? What could we do? I think the way to do this is to just play around and sort of see what looks sort of okay. Bear with me. Who knows what's happening? I have an idea in my mind of what I want to do. I want a single light in the center area somewhere. I have a really fancy, funky, big bulb. I want that to basically be the highlight. We normally do put a gauge on our pipe lamps. However, let's see. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this. I do know I need this thing and this thing. So this will end up being the lamp holder where the light fitting goes into. I'll have to modify that, of course. Let's see. Let me get the basic structure right first. That's kind of the starting point. I don't know if I like the asymmetry here. What do we do? Never mind the dogs barking in the background. That's the neighbors, actually. Oh no, that's my dog. Jack, you're alright, buddy. Okay. Let's see. I don't actually know where I'm going with this. I don't know. I'm liking that. However, I'm not liking this. Let's see. I really recommend you guys do try this. It is it's a good, fun, interesting project that you can do and just see where your mind takes you and what you come up with. There, I like that. That looks cool. You know what? I have an idea. Hold on one second. I have this. It's something I've been wanting to use for something. It's part of a diff from a vehicle, who knows which vehicle. I think if you have been seeing any of our other projects, we've done like a wooden base, like a fancy wooden base with all the wiring and everything in it. But I want to do something different. So if we get rid of this and something like that, obviously I'll have to mount that. But if that's the base, that's pretty cool. I just got to figure out this lot here, and I'm not sure. So basically, it's almost like a robot man, in a way, if you think about it. And he's holding one hand up to the globe, which a hand like this type of thing, I don't know. I thought of maybe cutting this in half and cut that in half, put one in one side, but then maybe we should have the other one doing that, so the guy is kind of doing this. I don't know, maybe that's worth a try. Let's see how that looks. Let me try that quickly. Just bear with me, bear with me. Now the proof will be in the pudding, so just hang on in there. I'll have to adapt the light fitting to fit in nicely, and obviously I'll paint it either the same color as we paint this or paint it black. Let me get the globe. Now this is quite an interesting globe that I found when I was shopping. It's really, really cool. So let's see. We're going to be too low on the arms. I can see that already. So if we were to use that, that's going to be too low. So let me try something else. And that's too high. So I think you can see there's quite a lot of thread. I may have to put it in the vise and turn it in. Yeah, that's going to be very high. If it reaches down to the thread, and plus that bit of thread, will be very close. Okay, so I may have to do that off camera, but just to get an idea, let's just put it together and see. Okay, so here's one of the arm pieces. And yes, they screw in, but to a point. You see, it gets to a point, and there's still lots of thread left, and we really want to hide that. So I've got to do this. Okay, you'll notice this. There's a cloth in here to not damage the pipe, and then backwards and forwards, blow out the dust, backwards and forwards. So this will be my life for the next hour or so. There we go. I've tightened up all the arm pieces, more or less. Still a bit more to go over here, but we're now trying to just figure out the shape. And we initially had them straight up towards each other, and now we've given it a bit more shape. I think it looks a bit more funky. So now the next step will be to cut this in half. Not sure how, but we'll figure it out. And then I can weld them into these things here, and they will be little suckers to the bulb. So as you can see, I've made a mark, a nice pencil mark on some tape. That's our dead center, and I'm going to just put it in this thing here and just slowly give it a cut with the grinder. I'll just put my goggles on. Ta-da! I see you. All right. Now we can put the little man's hands in, if we can call it little man. Let's see, let's see. It's a bit tricky. I don't want to damage the globe. Oh dear. Oh dear. So that's kind of the effect that we're looking for. Next step, I will weld these in and then do some cleaning up and we can start painting. So there we have it, all nicely painted. So now comes the interesting part. Oh dear. I've already put the wire through the space. That was quite a mission. We had to drill through the bottom and the center, and it's hardened steel being from a gearbox, so that took a while, but we got it through. And now I'll do the final assembly. I've got to get this tightened in there and then wire in the lamp holder, and I think that's enough for now. Wait until you see the finished product. And there we go, there we have it, finally done. I think it's done. We were playing with ideas of painting these red, or the inside of these red or orange or something. You'll see when the globe lights up. I'm very happy. I think it worked out well. A lot more work than expected, I must say, with the drilling and just getting all the pipes and things to fit. So that would be your front. As you can see, the wire comes out the back. And I always try and do unique ways to switch these on. So I have a remote. Watch this. Hang on. I forgot, sorry. This one is a touch sensitive switch. So this has all been painted. That's why you see it doesn't switch on. But from here down, it's all bare metal. So as soon as I touch that, it'll switch on. Ta-da! You see? How good is that? It's like revolutionary. It's okay, Jack. I'll switch it off again. Watch this. Minimal effort. Thanks for watching.